Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Tech Creators, and today in this video you will learn how to create a web application using ChatGPT API, and for that we will be using Node.js and Express as our backend language and React as our frontend language. So first of all we will be creating our backend and later on we will move to our frontend. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first of all let me remove this filter. Okay. So now this is better. Okay, so let's open the terminal and create a new project. And after that, going into the your favorite repository, let's create a new folder. Let's name it Chat GPT app. And after that, let's go to Chat GPT app and let's create the. So now let's open that folder. And inside that, let's create a new file called server.js. And before that, let's open the terminal and install some of the packages. And we install openai express codes and body parser. So let's wait for these packages to get installed. Okay, so they are done quickly. That's nice. Now let's use them in the server.js file. Const express require express const cost equals to require cost const body parser equals to require body parser and const configuration open API equals to require openai. Now let's use that configuration method. So const configuration equals to new configuration, and inside that we have to provide API key. So for that we have to go to OpenAI's website and sign up and get the key. So I will show you that also. So let's go to OpenAI website and just sign. Let's click on API, get started. Okay, so I need to talk aloud a little bit because my voice may not be heard properly either because this mic is not that much great, right? Right. Okay, and I need to speak clear. Now go to view API keys, and now let's create a new secret key. So copy that secret key, create a .env file, and inside that secret key equals to add your secret key. And now, so after getting the secret key, use that here. So process.env dot secret underscore key. And after that, let's const open AI is now equals to new OpenAI API and pass the configuration information here. After that, let's set up our server. So for that, const app equals to express app dot use body parser dot json app dot use course cross origin requests. And after that, we have to set an endpoint for our chat GPT. So let's use the chat as our endpoint. So app post. So all the post requests which will be sent to this endpoint will be processed from. So async request response. After that, let's take the query from the request.body. After taking the query, we need to pass it to the OpenAI to get the response from the API. Okay, OpenAI dot completion, create completion, and let's send that object model will be text Da Vinci 002. Prompt will be query, and I think that's so. We need to store this const completion will be equal to this, and after that, it's almost done, guys. Just have some patience. So we need completion dot data dot control z data dot choices at index 0 dot text. So here we have got the response, and after that we are just sending the our response as completion dot data at index 0 dot text. And let's run our server on port 3000. Const port equals to 3000. App dot listen on port, and the callback function will be log this server started on port 3000. So our backend is almost done, you can see. And now let's just test this with Postman. So in the Postman, let's make sure that this is a post request and our URL is http colon slash slash localhost colon 3000 slash chat. So on this path, our request will be going, and in the body, raw JSON. But before that, let's start our server. So node server.js, and the server started on port 3000, as you can see, guys. So our server is running on port 3000. So let's create a JSON object here, and query will be, hey, how are you? Okay. So this is our query, which we will be sending to ChatGPT, and it will respond to this message. So now let's send the query. Okay, so we have some completion dot data choices at index 0 is not. So one thing I have added here is an await. So you make sure you also add that. Okay, so that is how it has worked. So yes, this has worked. So as you can see, we are getting the response as I am doing well. Thank you for asking. So we can test this with much more things like what is subscribe on YouTube. So now you might have got the hint what I'm trying to say. And let's see what the response it gets to us. Subscribe on YouTube is a feature that allows users to be notified when new. So if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And yeah, our backend is working. Let's move to our front end quickly. Okay, so let's now stop our server and create a new folder within this ChatGPT app, and let's call it as front end. And inside front end, let's npx create React app chat GPT front end. So now this will create the our front-end React project. And so on this channel, I create videos related to AI, web development, software engineering, and productivity, entrepreneurship, startup. So if you are interested in these kind of videos, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell button. Okay. So yeah, we will install npm install axios to make our request. Okay, so now axios is installed. So let's our app.js file, and let's first of all clean some things up. So test, logo, report, setup, app.css. Let's remove all of them. Yes, and we will be left with only three files: index.css, app.js, and index.js in the source folder. So let's go to our index. Here, report web vital should be removed. Index.js, okay, everything is fine. No, this is not. Okay, now everything is fine. And let's now go to our app.js. And from here, let's remove all of this header and inside the header. After that, let's remove this logo and save. Okay, so now inside this app.js, so inside this app.js, we will import Axios from Axios. So we will have a query set query with a hook, use state hook with the empty string. So let's import use state from React, and yeah, it's all. Now const response set response equals to use state and empty string. And inside this div class, we will create a form which will be submitting on submit, handle submit. Inside this, we will have input. So first of all, we will be creating a very simple looking UI, but later on we will improve it. So let's first create the basic structure. Type will be text, value will be query, on change will be the event is on, and we will set query array. What is this happening? Set query e dot target dot value. So first of all, before this, let's create the handle submit. Cons handle submit. It will take an event e, and we will prevent the default. So let's send request to the server with Axios, and for that we will write Axios dot post on slash chat query. So after that we will get a response. So then response should be equal to will be set by response. So set response dot data, and if that doesn't happen, so we will catch the error and console log it. So now this is done. After that, let's have a button to submit the form, and type will be submit. To show our response, we will use a p tag currently, and inside that we will show response. Okay, so I think this is done. So now let's create a new terminal, and this will be for our Node backend. So node server.js, and server has started. And the previous one, which goes to ChatGPT frontend path, we will say npm start. So after starting the server, we have started our front-end application. So let's wait for it to load. Okay, so we have to remove this. So guys, while debugging, I made some changes, and that is what I am going to show you. So make sure you update your code accordingly with that to make it work. Okay, so I will just show the changes what I have made. So first of all, I created a new project, and then we called it ChatGPT React, and I inside that I deleted all the unnecessary files and kept only these files. And after that, in the index.js file, it looks something like this. So you can remove the unnecessary code, extra code, and index.css looks like this. App.css is I will provide you guys in the description, or you can just copy it from here. So this is app class, and this is form. This is for input, and this is for button. This is for hover, button hover, and this is for the response, and this is p tag. Okay, so make sure you also add this code in your app.css file for the front end part. Okay, and in the front end, we already coded this, and on submitting, it will call handle submit function, and input will have a value of query. While changing, we will use the use state hook to set the value of query, and after that, there is a button which is of type submit. So on submit, this function will get called. So this is here. So on that, we will first of all prevent the default action, and then we will post Axios post request to this location. So this is our server backend location on the chat route, and we will give it a query that is what we have asked for example, a question, and then after getting the response, we will set response as response.data. If there is some error, we will console log the error. So make sure you add this uh, path here, and after that, make sure you import the CSS. Use state is imported, and import Axios. Okay, so after that, there is no change in backend. So backend has the same things. You can still check the code. So the code is like this. After that, let's start the backend first. So type node server.js. So the server has started on port 8080, and now let's start our front end. So to start our front end, type npm start. So it will start in your default browser. Okay. So this is how after adding the CSS files, it will look like. And after that, click here in the input field, and you may ask any question. For example, hi, how are you? And click on submit button. So see guys, we have got the response from ChatGPT API. It says, I'm doing well, thank you. How about you? Okay, so let's ask it his age. Its age, I mean. I don't know, ChatGPT is uh his or her. So what's your age, ChatGPT? Click on submit. I'm 27 years old. How is that thing possible? ChatGPT is just released, I think, not even 20, I think 20 in December or in January. It launched ChatGPT and it's saying I'm 27 years old. Wow. Uh, what is the capital of India? The capital of India is New Delhi. Okay, so we have successfully implemented the ChatGPT API using Node, React, Node as our backend, and React as our frontend. So I hope you guys like this video. If you like this video, do comment, share, and subscribe. If you have any issues, you can comment down below, and I will try to respond to it as soon as possible. And all the links will be provided in the description. Along with that, if you are new to this channel, I provide content related to web development, software development, productivity, AI, and whatnot. Do if you are interested in these kind of content, do subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that like button. I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye bye.